it. I don't need music. I'll sing. Da, 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 da. Okay, there, that was my song. Wonderful. We have the Bell+Howell Deluxe Socket Fan and Light for you today on our today's special. I'm not gonna get too close. Look at that. You guys, I'm a very clumsy person. That is right eye level with me. Chad, make sure I don't hit it. It's your job now. We have our white that you're seeing on your screen here. It is very popular, outselling the black 8-to-1. I personally love black. It's my favorite. I think they're very elegant right now, especially if you have the black window panes, as I mentioned, black details in your home. But here's the thing. It's not installed with a handyman or an electrician. You didn't come in and do a bunch of extra wiring. I just had that done about 3 weeks before I found out we were gonna be doing this. And I was so mad when I found out because the money that I would have saved is in the hundreds, several hundreds. If you have a place where you can screw in a light bulb, all you have to do is unscrew it, and then you're just going to, as you can see here, I'm just gonna lift this one up real quick. No, I'm not, just kidding. And it's right here, you're just gonna screw this back in instead. That is a handyman job that I can do. That is it. You just choose your colors. It's going to come with four of those fan blades, 5 speeds. Let me tell you, the top one, ooh, she packs a punch. That light is going to have different modes as well, and at the brightest, 1,000 lumens. But don't worry about the power, because it's LED. It's going to last 50,000 hours. This is so bright, it's so effective. Anywhere that you want that airflow, anywhere you want the light, and you don't want to spend the money, I cannot believe it's under $40 total. Chad Allen, you are here. A joy to brighten my day. I know you were on last night until 2 or something, so good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Gosh, you look fresh and wide awake for probably not sleeping.
I had about 2 hours, but you know, a day like this, it's hard to sleep because this is like a launch here at HSN.
It's
and
a
you know how
great
difficult
price.
it is to launch something as a today's special here at HSN. When you get it home, right out of the box, I just start this way because you will as well. When you open it up, you're just gonna pop your blades on. It's very, very simple. All they do is just sort of click into place, and they are very secure with 3 notches. You'll hear them click once you get it home and you do this for yourself, but nobody else is needed. No handyman, no electrician.
This is the whole assembly. I can't.
And then you screw it in. That's it. Now it's done. And you have your choice. You don't have to use them, but we do give you those extenders. You get 2 of them. You can stack them on top of each other. So if you do have recessed lighting or can lighting like you're seeing there on your screen, you can absolutely bring it down a little further to give you that, actually it looks more like a ceiling fan when you add the extender. I am already freezing.
I am so impressed with the air of this. It's so ergonomically well made, Chad, that you please do not think that because these blades are smaller, it's not giving you that airflow. This is, I'd put my hand on a Bible, working better than the ceiling fan I just spent $300 for.
No question.
What is going on?
Well, it's the engineering. And
it is.
And that's what happens. So these blades are short, okay? We know that because we understand your recessed lighting is closer to your wall. And so the engineers had to spend a lot of time making sure these were angled correctly to where we could do a short blade, but give you all the power that you absolutely need. LED technology on the actual light itself, LEDs last at least 50,000 hours, right? So that's talking well over 6 years. But when they start to go to work, every blade is angled exactly the same. And that means you don't have to worry about which one you placed where, so there's no worry at all. And then at the end of the day, because of the way they're angled, whether you're on speed 1, which is a nice gentle breeze cooling the skin, or on 5, which I call hurricane level winds because it is that strong.
I couldn't put my cards down. It blew them off from over here on the other side of the table.
I lost like 3 pinwheels. We call, you know, these are pinwheels. I lost like 3 pinwheels last night because they kept blowing away.
I'm just gonna say something. If you're like, hey Dad, are you watching right now? My dad who needs a fan on his face every night. If you're someone who really likes to feel the fan, go for it. I actually think the 5th speed, it's too high. And I'm saying that like it's too much for me. So if you're someone who goes, oh, I don't know, it might be too much, but lucky for you, you have 5 speeds. It can come down a bit, and that's gonna be the air circulation that you need, whether it's in a room that has a lot of moisture or a room that can get musty, whether it's your closet, of course, a bathroom. If you just, you know, don't have great ventilation in the bathroom, this is gonna give you that circulation. Anywhere in your hallways, of course, an attic, a basement, a garage. And the price, $20 lower than the next best price I could find on the Big River store. And nowhere is going to give you on an HSN credit card $6.67 to get this home.
No, we were strong-armed because of Customer Appreciation Month. They said it has to be lower than $40. So we said, okay.
That's the cost of maybe half of one of these blades. I can't make sense of it. The price will not last. Hopefully the white will last. We're hoping it doesn't sell out too fast because I know it's really moving quickly.
Yeah, white, most ceilings are white, so I think that's why white is so popular, because it's really gonna match your home decor. Think about picking up 2 or 3 of these, and that's not an exaggeration by any stretch, because we launched this last year in some of the stores. We did not have enough to play at HSN because we need to have a lot to play here. And a lot of the stores gave us feedback. You were buying 2 and 3 and 4. I think it's because the basement, the attic, the shed, the garage, the sunroom, the kids' room. Now, any light socket, do you have something that looks like this? This is your ceiling fan now. All you do is take it over, whether you're using the extender or not.
Look at that.
Here's a little trick. The fan blades are always going to spin because it's a fan. So just grab it by that light, that LED light, and just twist it like a normal light bulb. The joke at the launch was, I had Adam Freeman, how many hosts does it take to install a socket fan? And I said, just one. Oh,
just
by the way, you get a remote control, of course.
Yes,
right?
let's talk about that, because we do it. It does include the remote control and the actual little place where the remote control can attach to the wall. It's a little holder, and of course the hardware as well. So if you choose to have that remote control live on the wall where you'd be turning it on, just like a light switch, we include that little case that Chad's showing you. But it's such a user-friendly remote control, and I was so grateful to see that, Chad. It's basically just the light, the fan, on and off.
Yeah, and there's pictures.
That's it.
And if you don't need to use the remote control, let's say the basement or the attic, if you just use your light switch, and I'm gonna turn this light on so you can actually see this in real life, it's on 5 speed for the fan and it's on 3 for the light. Now, if I turn that off, like I'm just coming out of the basement or out of the attic, and I flip the switch like I normally have, and I always have my whole life, right? And I go back and I flip the switch like I always have, no remote control. It comes back on the same way it went off. And so that means you're not changing the way you navigate through your home. You're not learning a new system, right? When you go into the bathroom or the closet or even the pantry, some people have put this into to get that musty smell out of the pantry, you just flip the switch like you always have. And as long as that light switch controls that socket, you know it works exactly the same. And there's even a memory built in. I can unscrew this, screw it back in, and it's gonna know exactly where I unscrewed it at.
And if I just want to change the setting because I'm not my father or my husband and I want the fan to go a little bit less, this is what I love. And I'm just going to show it here on the camera. Maybe I should get closer. No, you got me, you got me. When I say it's so user-friendly, this is something now, Chad, of course, he's a tech expert. He understands things really well. I'm not so much. Do you see how the top button just says on? The next one says off? That's just about the only words I want to read on anything, okay? I love that, on and off. Now down here is a picture of a fan, and here is a picture of a light. This is going to allow you to adjust the settings on the fan. Do you want it on that fastest 5, go down to 4, 3, 2, 1 off, or the light, the same thing. You have your different settings on the brightness of the light, and remember the brightest is very impressive at around 100,000 lumens, excuse me, but that's it. The light, the fan, that's gonna adjust your settings. You don't have a bunch of other toggles and things to question or worry about. The batteries will come pre-installed in your remote, so you really have nothing to think about other than how many do I want, and how could my life be improved by better airflow and circulation? I know the coolness, we talk about that a lot, but airflow and circulation is so pivotal, not just to health and having healthy quality air in your home, but to sense, to having the movement of any kind of moisture around your home. If you have any cat, any litter box, whatever room you have it in, put this in your light overhead. You will thank yourself. You know, it'll be like having a secret person who came in twice a day and changed out that litter box for you and you didn't know. Wherever it is you think there might be just some extra odors, some extra moisture, some extra mustiness, for under $40 total, you just choose the white or black and you will never have to question it. If you do want to change that fan down, maybe your husband fell asleep and you said, it's getting a little too cold in here, and then all you have to do is do that adjustment. Remember, on, off, and then the light and fan adjustments. I love how simple it is,
And that
Chad.
bracket, actually, we give you 3M tape and some screws and stuff, and when you want to mount that bracket, you could put that on your side table. You could literally mount the remote to the side table so you never lose it, the bracket, and then pull this in and out, and it has its holder there forever. Now, we talk about circulation. Natasha brought up a good point. I can turn that light off, and the fan will still run. So that means I can run that fan 24/7 in the attic, in the basement, in the laundry room, where it's a little musty or a little gross, right? Do you have a son or a nephew or a grandson where you're like, your room smells sweaty, you're a hot sleeper? Adam was talking about his kids, Oliver and stuff, right? and their rooms are their own domain. They can screw this in without ever having to call somebody to come in their room to wire and hire and drill and all that stuff. Rebecca Wood last night gave me a great example that I had not thought about. Her covered patio doesn't have the structure needed, the support beams, to hold up a fan. She called an electrician. The guy said there's not enough support here. This weighs 2 pounds.
1.3, I believe.
1.3 pounds.
1.3 pounds.
Yeah. So any standard light socket holds it up. There's no problem there. In fact, some of the garage lights we used to sell, Bell+Howell's like Tri-Burst, you guys, millions of you bought it, that's heavier than this. And so any light socket can hold this up. It is small, but the hardest job I have today is just trying to tell you how powerful it is because it has 5 speeds. If you ever see it out in a store, we only sell the 3-speed version. This is the 5-speed version, which is 2 higher speeds, 2 additional speeds above the 3. It's not like we just picked 2 in between. No, we made it much stronger than what's out in the market. And then there's low, medium, and high of that light. And on the brightest, highest setting, that's 1,000 lumens of light.
Come on. I mean, that's really what people use for their work lights.
Yes.
You know, and you don't need to have it all the time at that brightness, but if you are thinking, it's small, could it really, you know, give me that much punch in the fan? Okay, maybe it does. What about the light? It really does, and I love that you can just have it turn on with the light switch like you said, Chad. Imagine just walking into the attic, into the garage, into the bathroom where you don't have that ventilation, turning on the light switch. Now the fan is going, turn it off. You don't have to worry about remembering it or not. It's gonna go off on its own. Of course, the adjustments, like you said. I cannot get over an $8 charge. A $5 bill and 3 ones is going to get a ceiling fan that is working to a better degree than the one that I just paid $300 for. You just choose white or black, and you also get to choose the length. You know that those are not things that you tend to come adjustable with ceiling fans, because usually it's just like this one piece. So when it says that it's a 2-piece extender, it's because we're actually giving you 2 extenders. They're both the same thing. You can choose if you want it to be double long, you know, add those extra 4 inches in both together to give that 8. Maybe it's a higher ceiling, you want the airflow a little bit lower, or if you want it to be just the 1 extender or no extenders. Now, it does say online that it's about an 8-inch in height without the extenders. I think it's closer to 5. I think they were counting 1 extender when they give you that measurement. So if you are questioning, is it going to be too low? This is going to be your solution. You're looking at maybe a 5-inch clearance, and it's so smart. The light is beneath the actual fan blades, which means none of that striation that's going to make you dizzy when the light starts moving because the fan blades move.
Yes, exactly. And I know I'm utilizing your light socket when you've always had a light. And so part of the demonstration here, and I put that on low because I'm so cold, the part of the demonstration here I like to show you is changing your light socket. Let's just talk about the light for a second, from this to this. It's much different, and I can even turn this off so you can see this is all we would have in our standard basement light socket or attic or wherever you're. And I turn this on, you can see, and watch, the fan will come right back on all by itself. You can see just the difference in color, right? I'm able to tell my blues from my blacks if I put this in a closet. Or if I'm in the 2-car garage. This is 1,000 lumens. We've sold lights that are less than 1,000 lumens. Bell+Howell here at HSN, less than 1,000 lumens for a 2-car garage. This is definitely going to light all that, and it's just a better coloring when it comes to telling your natural colors. We have a lot of fun demonstrations, though, throughout the studio. We have balloons coming up. We have a living room, a bedroom.
We have a clown. We have cake. Okay, so I'm excited to go see them. I know that white right now is outselling black 3-to-1, but the black is starting to make a comeback. And remember, it is the most popular metal tone right now in interior design. You know, all of our window panes are becoming black and metal tones, all of our hardware. So if you are someone who maybe has that industrial look, don't shy away from the black, or just grab one of each color and you can switch them out, because they're... You could switch it out as easy as changing a light bulb. I mean, come on.
Yes, right. How many hosts does it? How many guests does it take? I won't speak for the host.
More than me. Don't trust me to do anything. This is about as far as I can go with home repair, and I cannot believe I could have had a fan that was stronger than the one I spent $300 for, and all I would have had to do is change a light bulb. I'm kicking myself.
So much easier.
Look at this go.
This is the hardest job I have, is showing you the wind, as I try to point out. And there's a difference between breeze and wind by a long shot, okay? So I just put it on phase 1, and you can see the balloons are starting to dance, and they're starting to drift away from me. Now that's a light breeze. Now there's number 2, and these balloons will start to dance a little more. And by the time I get to 5, you're gonna see what happens here. So 3, that's like, 3 is like I just walked the dog in a 90-degree day.
This is where I like it.
Right, 3 is 3 is where we lived before we had a 5-speed, okay?
I kind of still want a blanket at 3.
Right, and look at the balloons, how they're just maneuvering. Now they're down on the ground. How about 4? How about 5? I'm having a hot flash. This is where I opened the freezer. I just came from a hard workout.
It's Florida summer, baby.
Now the balloons are, I mean, these are filled with helium, by the way, and they can't even keep up with where to go. And you'll notice it's not just wind directly below.
Right.
It's wind over here, it's wind over here. It's room-filling circulation of air.
You're right.
Whether you're directly in the breeze or wind on speed 5 or not, your entire room is going to be circulating that air. And if you've ever watched an air purifier presentation, we always talk about the only way to clean the air is to move the air. The more you can move your air, especially during summertime, it's going to cool off your entire space, no matter if it's just in one room or in one light socket or you have 2 or 3 in a room. It's going to make a huge difference.
Because summer's the time where we don't always keep our windows open with the screens. We don't want all that heat to come in. We're not getting the air circulation. It's so important to have, you know, whether it's for just the germs and the cleanliness of safety to have the air moving, just to have better breathable quality. We know we talk about those VOCs, all that stuff in the air that we can't see, that we don't think about, the chemicals. Just moving the air is so important. I did try to find anything that was similar to this, Chad. I could not find anything at any kind of a comparable price. The next best price was $20 higher.
Yeah.
And even that was a great price with great reviews. This is our one-day only price. It will go up at the end of today. And if the white is not sold out yet, hopefully it's not. I would grab it now if that's the one you want because it is moving very fast. The 5 Flex, the fact that we got the best price on a great product at the right time of the year and 5 Flex, and I mean, you're getting it home for $8. Any credit card, all you do is click Flex Pay when you check out. And for $8, which is what I would just pay to any stranger to fan me off on a summer day, you're going to have one of the most impressive little pack-a-punch devices I've ever seen to completely transform your living space. I would grab as many as you have light sockets.
And it looks fantastic, and it's easy, and if you move, you take it with you. If you're a snowbird and you go somewhere for the summertime or the winter time or the cottage, it's easy to take with you. The kids' dorm room, maybe the classroom, if you have somebody in your life who's a teacher, staying cool. I got on TikTok because this has been viral on TikTok, and I saw what other customers were doing with theirs. And it was above their kitchen sink where they're doing the dishes. It was on the lanai where they're enjoying their cup of coffee.
Yes.
It was definitely in the basement, definitely in the garage. I saw a couple customers put it in their attic because they just want the circulation, light or no light, they wanted the airflow without having to spend money to call an electrician, to hire, to wire, to install. And then it has to be put into a beam, right? You have to have real structure of your house. And then you're worried about things like that.
It turned into a, you know, one of those money pit things where it's like, oh wait, your structure's not there. Now we have to add some more structure. Okay, well now we actually, this one is a little bit too long and we can't adjust it. We have to return it. Okay, well now he's been here 3 times and we're still tipping him. And by the time it's done, you could have just unscrewed a light bulb and screwed it back in. Especially for renters, if you are not able to dig holes and rewire and adjust your ceiling because you just simply cannot, this is a renter's dream. All of my LA people, you know, rented for 20 years in LA. This would have been a life changer for me in multiple places where I've lived, where you can't make those renovations. Grab this for under $40 total. Grab it for any room where you go, oh my gosh, it's hot, or the AC doesn't work as well in here, or maybe I just want to save money on my AC bill because that can get really, really rough in the summertime. And this is a way to do that and have super cost-effective LED lighting along with it.
Yeah, and we know at the end of the day, it's the end of April. We know that. And it's hot in Tampa Bay. I won't speak for the whole country, but I know it's hot.
Yeah.
We're only going to get hotter, okay? We're not
supposed to be the hottest summer on record.
We're not going to get cooler. Oh, look there. Phoenix, 93 degrees. Tucson, 91. That is insane for the end of April. And so by the time June, July, August in Tampa, don't even go outside. And so this is that way to give you that breeze. It's super simple. And if you don't use it year round, just unscrew it and put your normal light bulb back up. That's the ease that you have. And if you don't love the way it looks, maybe you're just going to put it like in your bathroom and you're like, oh, I don't want my friends to see that I had to put a ceiling fan in my bathroom. Take it down when your friends come over. It's as easy as screwing in a light bulb or unscrewing a light bulb. You can move it throughout the house wherever you need it. And I'm telling you, if you give one to the kids so they can have their own ceiling fan, they feel like an adult. They feel that sense of ownership in their own bedroom because that's their domain, right? And when I'm talking about the basement and the attic and the shed and the garage, that's important for a few reasons. The circulation, yes. And every single one that you're seeing on the set is exactly 8 feet off the ground, like any standard ceiling. And so 8 feet off the ground is what we're trying to show you, because the circulation takes up this entire studio, and that makes a huge difference. And now we're talking about a bedroom.
I feel it right here.
Yes.
You would absolutely feel this in your bed. There's no, look, no doubt, no doubt. Now that's on 5?
That's on, let's see, yep, that was on 5,
Okay,
so
yeah,
there's
that's...
off. Yep, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if I can freeze Natasha out. And what's so funny is, I don't know if you can really tell the depth. So the fan is up here, and we're back here, and in bed, and it's 8 feet off the ground, right? Like a normal ceiling height. Even if you had 12-foot ceilings, you would still feel it.
You would.
And I can feel it laying in bed, and that socket is 8 feet from me in a diagonal situation, and that breeze is blowing all the way down. But if I'm too cold now in bed, which honestly I would be if this were my bedroom, then I go boop, and I hit my remote control, and I lower it down to nothing, or to 1, or to 2, or to 3. But today, for HSN, we did 5 speeds.
Oh.
Yeah, that's only for HSN.
5 speeds.
Yes.
5 flex. Now, I know we have a couple hundred first-time customers here, and we have about 150 people on the line right now. If you haven't ever used our QR code, it is the quickest way to shop. You just take your smartphone, maybe like your new track phone, that would work too, as long as it has a camera. You just point that camera towards your screen, and you see that black and white box there that looks all the funny patterns. If you go like you're taking a picture of that, a little link will pop up on your camera in the picture, and you touch it, and it takes you to the checkout line.
My favorite.
I never did it until I started here. I love it. So that's a really fast way if you don't want to be waiting on the line. But this is going to be a deal that expires at the end of today. It will go back up $20 more, back to the second lowest price on the market. But right now, this is the lowest price by a long shot, and the only place where you're going to have 5 or 6 flexible payments. So getting this home for $8 on any credit card, with your HSN credit card, $6.67. Maybe you don't have one yet. You hear us talk about it. You've never signed up for one. If you do sign up for one today, you're going to have $10 off your purchase, which would bring this down to $29.99. But what I love about our HSN credit card is you can call that number. They'll give you the card number right over the phone. You don't have to wait for them to mail you the card. You can buy right away. But there's no annual fee, and you always get an extra month to pay on FlexPays for anything. So it's really wonderful if you ever hear us mentioning that. Chad, $6.67. I know we have our HSN customers out there going, $6.67 on Flex, the lowest price. You're getting 5 speeds. You're getting 3, is it 3 different light modes?
Yeah, 3
Because that
light
bright
modes.
one's very bright, but all with LED technology, low energy usage, high output of everything we want.
Yeah, and like unlike an incandescent bulb, if you're still using incandescent bulbs, those throw out heat. And in fact, I think our stat is they throw off 80% of their energy in heat.
Come on.
So there's the high, so there's medium, there's high, right? So 3 levels, so that's the highest 1,000 lumen light. By the way, we're in a massive open space here.
Yes.
And so the fact that you're able to see, but just take a look at the bright colors. There's off, low, medium, high. You can totally see everything. So now imagine that in the garage, right? Or in the attic when you're digging through those
boxes. The craft
boxes.
room. And I love this for someone who does a lot of crafting, who does my nails a lot, things where I'm gluing something. Maybe you work with something where you model it. This is going to give you that airflow to help things quick dry, plus a great light. It's excellent for working. But you know what I really love? I love investing in something that I can take with me if I ever leave my home, where it's not going to stay there because I put it there. I can just unscrew this like I would a light bulb and take it when I move to a new place.
That's right.
Take it with me when I leave. Gift it to someone who says, oh, my home is getting a little bit too hot. I have to install this. Here, just take this one. It was in my ceiling. Here, I'll just unscrew it and give it to you. It's so maneuverable and portable that you can just always take it with you and even choose the length based on which room you're putting it in. You can have it with none of the extenders, 1 or 2. We give you 2 of them to really be able to customize your experience. And remember, we're also giving you that super user-friendly remote with just on-off, fan light. That's it, 4 buttons, baby.
Yes.
I love that. Plus the remote holder, so you can actually secure it with hardware or with tape anywhere in your home. I mean, user-friendly to the max. Goof-proof, Chad. My kind of tech.
And patented, by the way. So this
Love
is
it.
patented technology. Bell+Howell's been innovating for 116 years. We now present in 99 countries. We've been here for 15 years almost. I've been with them 12. It is a pleasure to be able to launch a brand new item at HSN as a Today Special. There's a lot of committees and approvals we have to get to bring something like this to you as a big value of the day like this. And so the fact that you probably have never seen a socket fan and we make it this kind of big day is very special to Bell+Howell. So thank you to everyone who's picked it up. I promise you when you get it home, I'm really under-promising and over-delivering here when it comes to the wind speed and the light itself, because Natasha, you can attest, it is so cold. Well, you'll notice throughout the presentation, we keep backing away from the table because that's how much wind you can get, but you don't have to. Of course, you got 5 speeds. So you
that's
can,
what I love. It's the fan for my dad who likes it to be a hurricane in his room. It's the fan for my husband who likes it colder. It's the fan for me. It's the fan if you want just a light breeze, because 5 speeds, and as Chad said, that doesn't always happen. So you really can have anyone enjoy it to the max. It may be someone's taller and they want a little more headspace. Don't use the extender. Maybe you want it in a taller ceiling. Use the extenders. I think the black is beautiful if you have any black hardware in your home, but of course the white is moving very, very fast. And we only have another minute here left with this. So if you do love the white and you want to make sure you grab it in that colorway, maybe you know you want one room white and you haven't decided on the other room if you want to get another one, grab the one, check out now. It's not safe if it just lives in your cart. You have to check out. And remember, this is the best price by far that I've seen on something like this. Under $40 total, home for $8 on any credit card. I am overjoyed to be able to offer this kind of deal to anyone. This is amazing.
If there's any thought in your head where you might have a place for a second or a third, today would be the day.
Sure.
I have no more shows after today on this, of course, and the white matches almost every ceiling or wall because most ceilings are white, so I think that's why people are really gravitating towards that.
Sure, of course. You don't even notice it's there. You're just gonna feel the relief.
Yes.
Oh, this is a great, great price. The only reason I'm really upset is the money that I wasted on a ceiling fan. And even sometimes your room fans, we spend hundreds of dollars just to cool a room with a portable fan. Buyer's remorse for me. Lucky you, you get to grab this one first before you make my mistake. If you notice anything in our studio else that looks beautiful other than the beautiful Chad Allen, it might be one of